Replacing the front hydraulic brake lines on a 2004 Harley-Davidson V-Rod is not that hard. Here's how it went. So yeah, the V-Rod has hydraulic brakes. It's dual disc, so you have to get two brake lines going down behind the forks. But then this line right here, it's I think it's aluminum or something, but see the rust on that? I'm thinking that's not very good. I mean, it's not through. I don't think it's going to go through anytime soon, but it goes all the way up here to the reservoir. I want a whole new set of brake lines from here down to here, and there's a junction under here, right there, where the brake lines go from the reservoir into here, and then out the two forks down to the caliper here. So I want to replace all these and part that's getting rusty and gross all the way up to the reservoir. So see how much that little kit costs. I think I'll do it myself. So I mean, it's easy access as long as I got the right parts. But yeah, that's looking hammered, man. There's even on that down one. So the tools I'm gonna need is a hot beverage. These banjo bolts, the tool that fits it best is this 16 point, yeah, you see that? 16.3/8. I don't know if that's right, but it fits better than any of the metric ones do. And then we need this 27 Torx. Holy cow, the phone picks that up. That's weird. And then we'll probably need a Phillips head screwdriver and some of this. Oh yeah, and big hammer. Always have to have the big hammer when I'm working on things, just in case. First things first when doing a project like this is you probably want to get the habit of covering the tank. Dot 4 I guess really is bad on paint, but this whole thing is just vinyl wrapped, so I don't really care, but we'll get going on that anyway. Maybe we'll take a look what's under there. Yeah, fluid still looks good, but yeah, we'll replace it. We'll do all new fluid in there. All new fluids. I can't get this on there, so we're gonna need to move the whole assembly. So for that, we use our 27 Torx and we just loosen these. And so we can get to that. Okay, now we should be able to get to that banjo bolt. Okay, it's right there. The fluid should start draining. Yep, see it's dripping already. Don't want to get any on the tire really either. Okay. Let that dribble out a little bit for a minute. Try to catch that. Okay, there was a little more in there than I thought. Always looks like that, doesn't it? So let's just put a rag around the end of this banjo bolt. And we'll just zip tie it real quick to hold it on there. Might soak through a little bit, but we'll leave the rag here just in case. Other side. There should be a lot less in this one because I think the other one has all of it. All the juice coming out of the reservoir. Oh, moved a little bit, didn't it? Okay, easy peasy. Why do they always say that? Hold the rag there. There. There's the banjo bolt. Everybody do it with me now. Oh, don't forget the little gaskets. Those little guys, I think when you buy them new, they come with more of those, so I'm not too concerned about it. Okay, set it aside. Start taking shit off and see what happens, right? Now, there should be very little fluid in here. You have one of those washers on either side. They call them gaskets, I think, but yeah, see, there's like no fluid coming out of there at all now. Still, we'll keep the rag there just in case, and get the banjo bolt out. There, it's loose, but that's still loose. We got the banjo bolts out, and now the one other thing is the junction under here. Let's see if we can see it. This guy right here, there's the junction where the tubes come off to go to the right brake caliper and the left brake caliper, and this goes up to the reservoir. So this little guy right here, it's number 30 Torx. Don't like to ding the forks if I don't have to. There, I did. Yeah. Okay. I'm probably not going to need that again because I got a different plan. Okay, everything's off. It's totally loose. I think what you do is you just feed this down through that bracket in the forks. Yeah. And then it'll come out this side. Look at that. There it is. It's got the reservoir connection, then the right caliper, left caliper connection, and man, these look bad. Looks really bad right here and here. All kinds of corrosion. They just need to be replaced. So let's go over to Wright's and see what they say. Wright's is a local shop here. They carry like helmets and gear, like throw over bags and a little bit of leather. But they got parts. I mean, they've got brake pads and throttle cables and hydraulic lines, stuff like that. So that's the best thing to do. I will go over to Harley-Davidson now, and everything they look up for me from my V-Rod is obsolete. So like I said, even if you guys say, hey, you're doing it all wrong, and I'm gonna screw up my bike or something, I don't think that's the case. I mean, I do caveman style anyway, so I'm just gonna make shit up and get some hydraulic lines for these front brakes. I mean, they're brakes, and it's hydraulic. So if you know how to bleed a hydraulic line, then you're good to go, right? So I'll show you the new ones. We'll put them on, and maybe we can get out for a ride if it's, you know, not negative 32. Well, could be 45 today plus. So we'll see. I'll be back in a few minutes. Also, Wright's is walking distance from my house, literally. I mean, it's probably less than a half mile away, and it's right next door to Harbor Freight, which is one of my favorite places. So we'll go over there. I mean, heaven forbid I burn a calorie. So just got done at Wright's. See, Wright's and Harbor Freight, all right here. Wright's is a cool motorcycle shop. Harbor Freight right there. So we'll get to them, and you know, only around $100 to get the parts, and we'll put it all back together. It's exciting. There's the bag and the old parts. Okay, let's see what's in the bag. That's the old one. Don't need it. Okay. While I was there, they helped me piece it all together. So these are just the boxes. What's this? New gaskets for the banjo bolts. I'll put those together. Get the empty boxes out. I've got, let's see, 2 90-degree elbows and one that's just a slide angle for the coming out of the reservoir. So we got those 3. And here's the part, the tubes, receipt, and some .4. Some new .4, gotta have that. This one's for the reservoir, so that goes to this one. This is the right angle one to one of the calipers. This one. Hope you're enjoying my glorious belly in the picture. On there, just like that. There. Those are ready. Then we need to take the old gaskets off of the banjo bolt. I can get it off there, yeah. clean those a little bit. Then we'll just put the little washer gaskets on over them. More packaging, more packaging. Jeez. Just make sure we're ready. Okay. Let's do this. That'll be all right, I think. So, all these videos should be in all should be in order for when I break it down for you. Let's not cross-thread anything today, shall we? Aren't those pretty? Okay, just finger tight. Other side. I don't know about you guys, but I love doing this stuff myself, honestly. Okay. And that's just gonna pull up there. And I'll just caveman style and zip tie it. Okay, let's tighten things up. Now, you don't want to go monster tight on these. Just tight enough. And we're going to bleed it off right here. Oh man, maybe I should have picked up some new bleeder valves. Who knows? But I'll get my jar and a little tubing. We'll bleed them off. Yep. Make sure this one's snug. Right tight. Yep. Don't want to crank on them too hard. All right, then the reservoir banjo bolt. Just a little bit of play in that. We'll just got plenty of .4, so we can start with a little and then check for leaks, that kind of stuff. Neat. I kind of like the way that looks. We're gonna loosen one of the bleeders. Okay, let's get this reservoir cap back off. It should be virtually empty. Yeah, there's a little goo in the bottom. Let's clean that. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. But, you know, it's got some of that black crap in there. Let's get that out of there. Just like that, super clean. Good as new. Let's put some .4 in it. Yeah, that's easy. So you fill the reservoir up till, right to the edge. And then you can see the bubbles. I've got the bleeder valves open down there with tubes in them. Ew. There's a little bit of gunk coming up the port. See that little clouds? Can you see the little clouds? Ooh, I can feel it getting tighter already. And see, it kind of spurts up. It kind of. We'll keep a rag right here, but you can watch it. See that? Getting down in there. Oh, I can see it in the tubes. Yeah. Ooh, boy, it's dirty. Jeez. Squirting like a mother. That's why you want things covered. See, look, reservoir is gone. Fill it up again. We're gonna get all the gunk out of there. I can see the tube down there. I'm gonna show you. Get the gross fluid coming out of there. It's in the bubbles in the line. Can you see that? Yeah, we want to get rid of those. We want to get rid of the dirty old stuff and get all new in there and get the bubbles out. Okay, reservoir's full. It's back on there. Just double check. You don't want those to be too tight. And feels like it's got pressure, but looks nice, doesn't it? That's fancy. New line going down. I got fluid all over the place, but that's what happens. Just to recap, I got the new angle lines on there, plus the new hydraulic lines. There's a little junction. I put it right there, and then that goes up through the forks, comes up through here, and then to the reservoir. So there's that one, and then the one on the right side goes up to the junction, if you can see it, and then up to the reservoir. Bleeding brakes is a little bit of a pain in the ass, as probably most of you know. You just don't want to get in the habit of getting that fluid all over the place. It's just, I guess it's really bad for stuff, but looks pretty good, and looks like it's holding, no leaks, and I think I got it working. We'll clean up the shop a little bit and maybe take it out, see how they feel. Might have to bleed them again, but I've got plenty of .4. Okay, I just did the new brake lines. Sticks up. I kind of like it. I think it looks funky. So let's try them out. Oh yeah, I needed this right now. Woo. Oh yeah, it's holding. I done good. It's really hard to bleed the dual discs, I think. It was a little bit difficult. Sorry I didn't record that part. I measure jobs working on cars and motorcycles in how many F-words it's going to take. And this one took literally 0 until I started bleeding. Not me bleeding, I wasn't bleeding, but until I started bleeding the calipers and the lines. I got a whole bunch of gross old black fluids out of there, cleaned it up real good. But then to bleed the dual discs, boy, that's pretty tricky. There was one guy, maybe I'll link his video, get his name, but he showed us how to use a syringe and go from the bottom, because air goes up, right? So the air bubbles in the line. He says when you're doing dual disc brakes, you use a syringe and you pump fluid from the bleeder valve at the bottom, push fluid into where the junction is pretty much, and then seal it, do the other side, get it full without air bubbles, and then on the second one you push the fluid up until it's in the reservoir, so you get like all the air out of the lines. And it was a good idea. I tried it, and it's hard because you got air in the syringe and air in the short little bit of line tubing to the caliper. Anyway, I tried it, and I actually think I got this. The brakes feel pretty good. Besides, it's a pretty new line right there. It looks all nice. And down there, if you can see it, it's sticking out a little bit. I don't know if I did a good job or not. I guess what we do is take this ride, go home and check for leaks, and don't rerun this Mercedes, and see if I did it right. I mean, if all of a sudden it goes out, I can nurse it home just with the rear brake, but you don't really want to be doing that. Don't you love to ride? Oh man. Boy, watch this, man. Whew. Crazy. Oh, it's the car wash. The car wash is packed. Okay, here's the story. This made news, actually. The other day it snowed, and especially out in the west side of the valley, the snow was like brownish yellow, and it's like the whole valley. I mean, all yellow snow. You know what they say about yellow snow. And so everybody's like freaking out, like, what is it? It's chemicals, it's the government tried to, well, I can't do that. Government trying to kill us all. And it was just, they had some meteorologists on there from NOAA, and they say that there was a lot of wind, and it's been so dry that the wind out in the west was blowing up a bunch of dirt, and it gets caught, the dirt particles, dust particles, it's like a regolith or something that's just super fine powdery dirt, and it gets in the water droplets and comes down, and then it just coats everybody's cars. I mean, I still need to clean the windows on my wife's car because it's filthy. I mean, look at the window on that car, it's just freaking caked. And so yeah, all the cars in the like used car lots and stuff over by my house, just covered in that weird, yucky, poopy, yucky stuff. And so anyway, that was the story behind that. But luckily my motorcycle was in the shop, so in my own shop, locked up nice and tight. Oh jeez, who put a speed bump there? So anyway, we're real close to this mountain. It's one of the smaller ones. I mean, you got the big ones over there. Maybe float over that direction. Well, I don't know if I want to go back down 33rd, because there was that car wash, and there was just, oh, that's why I was saying that. That car wash, man, because everybody wants to get their car clean because of that stupid, muddy, poopy, I said that already, gross snow. Look at that. We'll just go down to 45th. So tomorrow's the Super Bowl, and we're having a few people over. I mean, people that I know are like, screw COVID, let's live our lives, and I get it. I mean, I wear a mask everywhere, you know, when I'm out in public, just to be, you know, nice. But we're having a few people over, and we're gonna have some super duper nachos and, you know, ribs and stuff, and so we're looking forward to that. But I got to get home and clean out the big cooler and fill that with soda, and then go to the store and get a few last minute things. But that's what we're doing. By the time this video airs, the Super Bowl will be a week over with. Hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to serial number 9, SpaceX Starship serial number 9. What, I have a hard time saying that. Okay, we're gonna head back. I got a lot of to do before tomorrow. This summer is gonna be freaking awesome, man. We're gonna have so much fun. There's so many rides to take around here, and who knows, maybe I'll be able to break away for a day or two to get to a rally or two. I don't think I'll be going to Sturgis this year. Things could change though, you know. We're in good contact with the owner of the Knuckle, and he liked Chandra a lot, and he said to hit her up for sure. And boy, they're probably going to be hurting for bands anyway this year. So, man, a lot of bands in this COVID era have broken up. There's a lot of bands that we know around here that are just no more. They haven't played anything, and they've just decided to bag it, you know. But once we get to a point where we can restart things, I think maybe they'll form new bands or get back together, but it's tough. So if you like this video, give it a good old thumbs up, and subscribe. Hit the red subscribe button. Where's your puppy? And we'll be having a good time this year.